This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things. But sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/Trash Tuesday today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Trash Tuesday.
Daily Harvest works directly with farmers to source the best ingredients, freezes them at peak ripeness to lock in flavor and nutrients, and they never use artificial preservatives or ingredients. If eating well is a goal for 2023, let Daily Harvest support you on the journey. Go to dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday for up to $40 off your first box. dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday.
Did you guys read the New York Times article talking shit on like Nick Kroll and Hassan Minaj and
No.
And who else? Like Kurt Braunholer and what's our friend? He's a Comedy Store regular. Ooh, married to a manager. Matt Browner. They did this guy. It's like I hate these pieces. Like you're allowed to criticize comedians. They're like, oh, these dad comics doing like hacky dad material. It's like you're allowed. It's your special. You can do whatever you want.
Wait, who is the writer?
I have no clue who this person is, but he's obviously not a comedian. But it's like, and then he was like, but I loved the way like Jenna Freeman and someone else did there. But it was like, I haven't seen Jenna's or anything. I'm not like talking on her, but it's like, how can it be okay for one person to do it and not okay for another person to do it? Also, if you have a kid and you don't talk about your kid on stage, I actually find that to be almost child abuse. Like, are you not thinking about your kid? But it was just like, it's so like hacky or whatever. It's like, first of all, everything is hacky is how I feel. It's just like, can you take like a small twist to a thing that other people are talking about? It's like also hacky. The other side of hacky is like relatable. But it was just like this weird, I just started to get so defensive because I actually like, I didn't watch, I've never watched anyone's whole special, but I really laughed hard at Nick Kroll's special. And I don't go into specials. I'm a hater. I don't go into specials looking to laugh. Yeah, I go into specials going like, make me laugh, bitch.
Well, specials are hard. Like it doesn't always translate. Like I know for a fact there are things that I could see performed in real life. The same thing performed in real life will make me laugh my ass off, and then seeing it on a special, I just wouldn't laugh. It's weird.
But that's how I feel about almost all specials. So it's like, that's why if a special can make me laugh at all, I'm like, this is especially because we're like calloused to comedy in a lot of ways, just because we see it all the time.
But it is like a good testament and like argument for live comedy being a thing that is still its own art form that you can't capture and translate.
Do you guys think that stand-up comedy is evergreen and forever, or do you think it will take a new form? Like, now it's like there's so many ways to be funny, there's so many platforms to be funny. Do you think that stand-up comedy is gonna stick around for as long as it has already had?
I do, because just because of the thing I just said, like any live performance, even though it might get smaller, like look, when movies started becoming big, plays became less popular, but there are people still doing and buying and seeing plays and stuff. So I think
Do you think you buy the play?
Buying tickets, sorry.
I bought Chicago this weekend. What have you bought? You bought Oklahoma.
I will be seeing Lea Michele and Funny Girl.
But can you actually buy, can you do that like football teams and shit? Can you like could I buy Chicago?
Yes. So
yeah, of course.
Don't
Ryan
say
Reynolds.
Of course, like you know.
You could.
You waited for the smart person to say yes, and then you agreed.
Oh, you absolutely can.
Getting sold. The Phoenix Suns are for sale.
We're talking about, you didn't even listen.
Magic Johnson went in on the Dodgers.
No. I know that, but as like plays.
Yes.
Can you buy the play? You guys don't know plays. They're uneducated. They know nothing. We're the smart ones.
Mormon.
That's the only play, and Les Miserables, but I was so pissed.
Oh,
it was the same thing as you. When the intermission, I was livid.
I thought you were just asking whether or not you can buy sports teams.
Oh, that's so embarrassing while wearing it. You're like, yes.
Because what's his name? Oh my God. Ryan Reynolds and the guy from, is it Rob McElhenney? Yeah, him. They bought some small football team from Wales, right?
Was that not a TV show? Is that real?
No, it's real.
Yeah.
As like a reality show?
They actually, no. They actually bought this. football team.
Isn't there a TV show about this too, though?
And
Yeah, on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
But to answer your question,
See how he gets mad sometimes?
I
Like,
wasn't-
on Hulu.
I wasn't mad. I was.
No, you're unhinged. I like it.
You're
no,
flirting with me.
Honestly, it's not flirting. It's not flirting.
there's something going on.
I'm
No,
jealous.
I'm trying to come to terms with it because it's like I can like be annoyed by his swings or I can just lean
What?
into them.
To dominate.
You're going to piss on her? Okay, wow. Sorry, Pete. That was bad for YouTube. Sorry. I want to answer this question because plays are put on by investors. So I feel like the same way like investors buy a team, it's like you could be like, I'm going to spend this amount of money and put on a production of Funny Girl starring Esther Povitsky. If you want it, I'm just like, whatever it was you created.
What, is it ironic when they say funny? Are you the
Girl.
before? But okay, so do you have any interest? Do you not want to talk about your movie? I can't tell. Because
no.
I would be wanting to talk about everything, but it's
No,
up to
I
you.
don't mind talking about it. But what you said about like the critic writing that's about the stand-up comedians, like it made me think of like making the movie. This week I was sitting there, I was like, wait, this is so weird. We're like making this fun, creative thing that like came from our brains and we're excited. It's like play pretend and it's fun.
You can kind of cast anyone you want. The crazy thing is you can like whatever you want, you can kind of make happen.
That's true.
That's so weird.
And so at the end of it, the whole thing is for all movies, they're to be critiqued. There's all these people that are waiting to critique it. And it's not until like it's mine that I'm like, wait, that's messed up.
Then you go like, if it gets bad reviews, you got to go like, I didn't really do. I kind of just was around, you know, like that's when you just like, when it gets good reviews, you're like, I did everything. It was so nice of these people to be around doing what I told them to do. Now, Esther, okay, if you could have a movie that was like, if you had two options, no, wait, this isn't going to make sense because obviously you would pick the good one. But if you had a chance to get a cult following for having a very bad movie, like a Room, The Room. Do you remember The Room? Did you ever see it? Like that, would you? But there's no way because that's like a delusional. That guy was like not self-aware, but would you go for it?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, okay, so if I put something on, it's so bad that it becomes good. Do I want that? Like in my head, I'm like, maybe I do. Like, who cares? Like, if it's all just the same, feeds into the same thing. We all do a million things. You'll probably make like 10 movies. Like, this is probably just one movie. in the
I'm
scheme of
not
movies.
worried about my movie being like the worst movie that's ever come out.
That's not what I mean. I know that's what it sounds like, but that's not what I mean.
But
would
that
you,
is- I-
as what she was saying, like a fall under 5%?
I would absolutely put money down to make one like a terrible movie, but then that sort of takes away from it being a terrible movie because the genuinely terrible ones are the ones where you can tell people really wanted it.
They had no clue. That's why The Room is so, because he was so
Right.
serious.
Right. But also,
why it's not
my first watch, I thought it was a masterpiece. Truly, just a comedic masterpiece. Like,
Well,
this
then you
guy
realize
is
he's not kidding.
Well, yeah, like the delusion is just so like palpable that it's so funny. Everything about that movie is hilarious.
Do you know what's crazy is I think one of the first dates I ever actually went on, because was Tony taking me to see The Room in West Hollywood.
Did you throw spoons?
He was like, yeah, he was like,
Tony, you hack.
Wait, and also, this is so dorky, like early 20s. He like was really proud of like the funny things he would shout out in the theater. So Tony, before you had the #1 comedy podcast,
He's like, I do the #1 yell outs at The Room. Have you been to West Hollywood? Then you know about me.
and as dorky as it sounds, being like the lame girlfriend of someone who did that, I have to say, he was really funny.
The fact that I'm just assuming you were a tag-along girlfriend because I can't imagine he let you speak. It's crazy. Like, I feel like you were Jacob with him and he was just carrying you around on a leash. This is insane.
Esther, are you allowed to talk about your past relationships on
Yeah.
air, or is that a no from Dave?
Oh, well, Dave doesn't like it, but I don't care.
What was it like?
Yeah.
What's he like? Is Tony a good kisser? Was he good in bed?
Oh my God. That's
Ew.
like private.
Okay, we're not
But
kissing and
I'm
telling
a-
on this show. Kissing?
One of your ex-boyfriends told me like Esther was a freak. And then I told you, like, ew.
Said I was a freak.
Yeah, she's like, she's a freak. I was like, ew, I don't want to know that. And then I told you and you're like, ew.
Ew, it's true.
I'm famously a bad kisser. So I just want to, everyone knows that, right?
We don't know that.
I can tell. Look at her, stupid idiot. Should be kissing your ear accidentally.
I've told you guys this, that after me and Dave's first kiss, like after we were comfortable with each other, he was like, yeah, you seemed like really excited.
That's how hot you are. He like has
Still
dealt with
stood
your
by
nonsense.
me.
Do you just open mouth and go wild with the tongue? So you don't close back. You don't go.
No, I'm just like.
There's no.
She was trying to get her ass eaten or something. She's like, I got plans.
I like
Ton
have
of
to
time.
get, because I'm like so excited that I just have to get in there.
And there's just so many like popcorn kernels like getting going back and forth.
Do you guys not kiss that way?
No, I think I kiss very average.
I do just lip, then we just open a little,
Same.
and then it's
So it's
always
like
a progression.
Tongue,
of the
and then
kissing.
close, and then tongue.
Yeah,
So
back to
see, if,
close.
like hot on camera too.
if we were kissing and
Look
you
at
were
it.
doing that, like I would
bang teeth.
I would overpower and I would.
Wait. Are you like the boy, like my first kiss boys, where it's like they just lock open mouths and then the tongue goes? I was always like, this isn't like.
Wait,
That's junior high.
Don't get my
though.
pussy
It is,
wet.
it's like I'm in junior high because that's when I first kissed, so that's how I learned.
We do not believe that's when you first kissed. We believe it was many years after. So many years after.
Wait a second. I'm so confused.
We find out Esther just had her first kiss after 3 years with Dave.
No, but wait, because was with
9
a
years.
kid in junior high.
My question to you is like, is that you kiss that way because that's how you enjoy it the most, or that's just how you know to do it? Because
Both.
Why do your tits look like they're back in?
oh, that's just the negative bra. Negative against anymore.
Hottie.
No, I'm actually ovulating, so my tits are smaller than usual. See?
They go smaller when you're ovulating. They suck in.
Yeah, closer to my period, they really go like a full cup size up.
My
Yeah,
appetite is how I know.
Oh, well, that too.
And just
and the
start
10
crying,
pounds
crying.
and the everything. But it's do you enjoy kissing that way, just locking and loading?
Yes.
And have you forced Dave? Because I've had guys that we don't kiss well together. Todd has nice juicy lips and it's perfect. But I've had boyfriends where it's like, ugh. And it's like you have
What do
to
you
like.
mean where it's like,
It's just we don't have the same style, and you have to like overpower them and like force your way of kissing onto them, or you have to just take one for the team and be like, I'm just gonna be like.
no, that's the thing with my style of kissing is like it's almost like rock paper scissors. Like mine beats everything else. It's like mine.
Wait, I want to fight you on this. I want to make out with you and see if you can overpower me.
Save it for the
Live,
live.
I feel like Annie is a good kisser.
And it's
I'm
for
really
science.
worried about you.
It's just,
God, Todd's into lesbian porn too. I wonder if he's gonna get a boner. Todd's so cute. I love him.
wait, you should hook up with us like as a gift to Todd.
But I don't know if he would. He's like not jealous, but he's like not open to any openness.
But just we'll film it. It's just like an art project. No one will have feelings.
I
You
had
guys.
I had a boy do this thing once, and I know it sounds really not sexual at all, but he took my palm, like just my palm like this, and he started like tonguing the inside of my palm, and
I
I've
would
never
kill
been
myself.
wetter.
I
would
would
never been-
be
but obviously we had
dead
fucked
on the
already.
ground by my own hand. I would
What do you
take that wet hand and choke myself to death.
Why?
Because it would be so embarrassing to stop licking my hand. You better have the best breath in the world, by the way. If I smell that hand and there's any nasty breath in it, fuck you. Which one's my camera? I've never looked at the right one.
This one.
Oh, that's so fun. I've never looked at that one. Who cares? It's
never-
funny.
you've never
I just look
known-
like I have two lazy eyes. My lazy eyes are just.
Wait, so I disagree, and don't you feel
Of course,
hands-
because you are like, think you're a dog, bitch.
don't you think hands are very sexual?
Yes, yes.
But
yes.
also, I'm telling you, as I grow older, the whole sucking fingers and shit, like you have
really?
to have good breath. I can't smell your
true.
nasty breath on
Don't
my fingers.
exclude some of us.
If you licked my fingers, I would throw up all over your face.
I would lick it up.
I know. I'd fucking poke my fingers out so you throw up too.
No, but okay, I'm not going to say who, but a guy that I was recently around,
Aroused by?
around,
Oh my God, Dave.
I forgot why, like the topic of hands, like we were all joking around about hands, and he just goes, it was on our shoot, and it was really late at night, and he goes, my girlfriend loves my hands. And I was like, that is such a flex.
Yeah.
Because you
good.
know what that means, what he said.
But the thing is, I think you can tell too. I think you can go hand first into a guy, also calves, but I know that hands,
When you can
I've
go
never had a
hand-
guy with good hands that's not good. Like with
Correct.
handsome hands, it isn't good using them too.
Correct. I like working man's hands. Like if they're craftsmen, if they're people that do like woodwork or like all of these things, like
But still not too dirty. Clean your fucking nails out. Okay?
Oh,
I don't want to get a fucking UTI.
But it's usually guys who use their hands a lot that are very conscious of their
Yep.
hands. So I've never had like a problem with them, but
The guys, you don't want the guys with the chewed up finger. No offense to you guys, but just because they're anxious, so they're not used to. Well, maybe they'll like work well.
maybe, but yeah, guys.
Their fingers are used to soothe their own anxiety. Those aren't the ones I want.
I think we need to normalize being like right before things are getting intimate, a girl just being like, when's the last time you washed your hands?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, I have halitosis.
Are you guys like me?
It's
where
clinical.
It's been
It's
diagnosed.
not on purpose.
It's not
Are
my
you
fault.
Nothing I can do. I was
Do you
born
guys
this way.
require to see an STD panel?
I thought you were going to say an Esther TD panel.
Do you guys require an
That's what you
Esther TD
require.
panel?
Yeah, I want to make sure. Did you fuck Esther? Can you imagine? We would never be Eskimo sisters.
That's interesting. Have
Never.
we ever been into the same guy?
Listen, no offense to all of our friends that we know we've all fucked, but we like different types of losers. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
feel like-
when we fucked down, it was like different types.
Yeah.
Esther, I feel
And we
like you
still
and I
love
could have
all of them.
crossover.
I feel like we have crossover.
Yeah.
But I would never be into Bobby.
I would also have crossover with Annie though, because some of the boys that she finds hot, I find hot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But you and I will never
Never.
fight over a guy.
Do you know what I started laughing about when you were talking? I just had this complete separate thought where I was thinking, we know for a fact, like, you did not get hit on to make your movie. Like, we know for a fact there was no casting couch.
I've never. Like, I still get bitter when I hear about those stories because I'm like, I've been here 13 years. No man has ever like promised me something and then like leaned in. Like, it's never happened. And I'm like, I know that's not funny in a sense because I feel bad for people that happens to, but one time I think I deserve a man to desire me and offer me you.
You're killing Pete over here. He's dying.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, okay? But sometimes life really gets you bogged down. You know, it's the start of a new year. This is really a time where I'm just trying to figure out what my clear path and my plan is for the year. And so therapy is a really great tool to help me feel empowered and more prepared to take on everything that life is going to throw at me. Therapy has changed my life for the better. I cannot stress to you enough how important and valuable it is, especially just being a freaking person in my 30s. And when I was a person in my 20s, same deal. I think it's important for all ages. I'm not saying people in their 40s don't need therapy. I just haven't been there yet. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/Trash Tuesday today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Trash Tuesday.
Daily Harvest delivers delicious harvest bowls, soups, flatbreads, snacks, smoothies, lattes, and more, built on organic fruits and vegetables. Daily Harvest works directly with farmers to source the best ingredients, freezes them at peak ripeness to lock in flavor and nutrients, and they never use artificial preservatives or ingredients. With nourishing and easy to prep options, I never have to think twice about what to eat for my next meal, snack, or dessert. Everything stays fresh in my freezer until I'm ready to enjoy it, helping me reduce food waste, which is a super important thing that I'm trying to change about myself this year.
I love their artichoke and spinach flatbread, the tomato and zucchini minestrone soup, the broccoli rice and dill pilaf harvest bowl. They just have a lot of really good options. I used to use them when they were just smoothies, but now they have the food too, even better. If eating well is a goal for 2023, let Daily Harvest support you on the journey. Go to dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday for up to $40 off your first box. dailyharvest.com/Trash Tuesday. But do you ask for STD tests?
Yeah, and
You're such a liar. The pause is so perfect. I do not believe you for 1 second.
100%.
Who's waiting long enough to have a test?
You go to the cutting edge testing where all the porn girls go. That's where I go. It's 12 hours. Like you get it right away. You get the full panel.
Will you blow them
herpes.
before? Blow them before?
Yeah. If I don't see on any obvious like cold sores on them or whatever.
Oh my God. How about when I was in college and my boyfriend had one straight here eating me out? I did not understand what cold sores were.
Yeah, but everyone has herpes type 1. So
I didn't get it though. I got tested a million times. I mean, who knows if I have it now? I have shingles, so.
Wait, what?
Yeah, shingles are. You have them forever. It's herpes.
Yeah, but it's herpes that's more like chickenpox herpes. Herpes zoster. But
I don't want to brag.
no, with
I'm so jealous now. I'm
like, what?
competitive. You have shingles?
It's like the hottest herpes. It's the coolest herpes. It's like
is.
your name of herpes, like an old person type of herpes.
The only thing about herpes is that it just looks painful. Like anytime I see someone with a cold sore, I just know they're not having a good couple weeks.
Doesn't like herpes, like I have had a couple friends with genital herpes. Isn't it kind of like you have one outbreak and the reason you have it is because you don't realize you have it yet, so you can't do anything to kind of like not have it, but don't you like not have outbreaks that much?
Yeah, I think from what I understand, if you have herpes type 1 down there, your outbreaks are more spaced out. When you have herpes type 2, like the genital herpes that is based in this area, it can be a little bit more frequent. But then if you take like Valtrex or something daily, then you suppress that,
Oh my God, my friend, I remember we were at this bar and her Valtrex bottle rolled out of her bag. It rolled. The fucking security guard stopped it with his boot and I picked it up. I was like, ah! I grabbed it. I was like, do not read that out loud.
I had to take Valtrex when I had shingles.
You had it too?
Yeah,
I had it.
When did you have shingles?
When I was 19 years old, I was a nursery school teacher at Let's Imagine Nursery School.
This is what I think is bullshit. I know that both of you guys have had shingles. How do you not know that either?
Because you're our nurse, bitch. Yeah. Do you think I'd go to her for help with stuff? I would never bring my own ailments to her. I don't want to.
That's your mistake because I fucking diagnosed you with a sinus infection.
But you're busy with your own sinus infection. I don't want to get in the way of you having a sinus infection with my sinus infection.
Thank you for that.
By the way, I still cough up a little phlegm in the morning. It's still not gone.
Takes a while. I remember having like double pneumonia when I was 17 and it took a whole year for me to feel like my lungs were normal.
You had double pneumonia while you were getting double pneumonia in your rehab?
So Annie is not mature enough for the word double.
Double.
Did you guys ever get mono? The kissing
Never.
disease?
Oh God.
Did you?
You gave it to so many people, didn't you? I didn't have it.
I gave it to a girl from sharing a Slurpee. We had an intense Slurpee share. And then she got it. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I can only imagine you just slobbering in the Slurpee, you fucking pig.
I still don't know who gave it to me though. Is that weird?
I don't know. Well, I've been thinking a lot about my college crabs that I had.
I love
so
crabs
cute?
are my favorite
It was so
topic.
funny. It was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
I feel like everyone deserves crabs.
It was so cute. It's like
What a
nothing.
fun thing.
It's like a nothing.
What
it's
a
like
fun
so
thing
silly.
to have.
Why is
It was itchy and did burn. It was sucked. It was very itchy. And they are alive on you. So it's like you
Do
feel.
you see them?
I could see them. I went to the nurse to get diagnosed. Did I tell this on here?
Long time ago.
Yeah, I went to get.
Please retell.
I went to
It's
the
my favorite
nurse.
story.
I went to the nurse to get diagnosed and she didn't diagnose me. And I was like, she was like, no, I don't think you have anything. Then I left and I fucking saw them. And so I went back. I was like, aren't they so nasty looking?
Oh my
I think
God,
they're
I
kind
almost
of-
just gagged. Ew.
Why? Do you think it's because you smelled your own breath?
I think they look kind of cute. Keep them as pets.
Did you get a whiff?
Wait, did you guys see someone like Science released a photo of?
Of ants?
Yes, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw 'em.
nasty.
Yeah.
Did you hear it
Cool.
on Hannah Einbinder was like posting about it? I was like, oh, you got to stop.
I saw it on TikTok. I'm so scared of them
I
now.
do like them.
It's got to be a joke. It looks like Terrifier.
Like,
It looks the same.
it's true. They did release it right around Halloween.
It's like they're so full of shit. I would need to see more than one of those.
It kind of makes me respect the ant. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, all right, I see you.
Yeah, but it's like, how pathetic is that like slobbery thing? We could just step on it. It's done.
No, my dad would always he would be like, don't kill bugs, don't kill ants. He'd be like, you know how hard it is? You could never make a creature like that. He would like shame me that I wasn't able to make an ant.
Or was he like,
like, you can't make them.
or he's like, I bet you a quarter. He's just like gambling with you. I bet you a whole quarter. All of a sudden your dad's got all your fucking allowance. He's going to the slots.
I realize now that I was used and exploited as a kid. Not
Now I know. I already knew that.
We knew that.
not sexually, But when I was younger, there was this card game in the Philippines. It's kind of like a poker game that apparently I was a whiz at. And I started playing at the age of 5.
I feel like the poker games that you played were actually like
Poked her.
Anyway, sorry. Let's keep going. I interrupted.
Sore subject. But my family would, whoever it was, they'd be like, oh, we got Khalyla today. They would have called dibs on me and they would sit me on their lap. And it was like a 3 or 4 person game. And I would play on their behalf and we would gamble. So I actually started gambling for money since like the age of 6.
Love it.
Because I was so good at it. And to this day, no one in my family can beat me. They try. We'll play 20 games and it's 20-0.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with gambling. Sorry that your dad thinks there's a problem there. I think it's great. Gamble away, kids.
But nothing was given to me. I never got any kickback. Like, hey, here's like $1 for. They just sat me on their lap and I played the card game and they.
Do you see how you're like a super intelligent person?
It's Filipino poker. I don't know if that that means super intelligence. It's a very basic game. But
when I was little, or actually not little, but in high school, I have this what is it called? Core memory of when my parents and I went to San Francisco and we were walking on the street and we saw this guy playing 3-card Monte, but the one where it's like under what cup is the ball? They're like doing that you've seen that, right? And there's all these people gathering around watching. And
then he put the cup over you and he goes, which cup is she in?
And then I never saw my parents again. No, and then so my dad brought me over and he was like, okay, I want you to watch this. Like, he's like, and so we stood there like to the side, watched everyone playing. And he's like, so that person is working with the guy and this. And then the guy who was playing the game goes, teacher at home. And it was such a formative, like fun memory because I just felt like I was like in it and like, oh my God, like my dad was right. And the guy like wanted us out of there. Is this sad that I think that was special? It's kind of funny to
get in trouble with your dad.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's so cute fun. Because you probably looked at him like, oh my God, he knows.
Yeah.
And you were doing bad things with him, like gambling's kind of bad,
Yeah, naughty things.
We
like
used
stealing tiny shampoos from hotels.
My dad and I would
I'll do you one better. All of my utensils to this day are all stolen from Outback Steakhouse. So in college, when I was broke, I moved into an apartment with a couple people. I couldn't afford utensils.
But you could afford Outback?
No.
It's pretty
But anytime
pricey.
someone, so when my stepdad on my birthday was like, hey, let's go to Outback, I'd be like, yeah, sure.
I like those knives that they stick in the bread.
Oof. Yep. I took all of them. I still have them.
Are they, I bet do you have those?
I probably do. No, not
Wait,
those
did you
ones.
guys ever buy
maybe I do.
Cutco or sell Cutco knives?
No,
Do you
but I-
remember that?
Yes, in high school.
Yeah, did you sell them?
My sister did.
Oh my God.
That was
That's
one of
so
her
scary.
first
I did not
jobs.
want you with knives, to be honest, as a kid.
Oh my God, that was what
You would have been sliced up so much.
I was slicing up everything, but I would use safety pins. I was like an extreme cutter. It's so sad. So emo. Let's
Cut
not
me
go
knives.
there.
Buy my cut me knives.
Wait, what do you know about Cutco?
Cut cocoa knives. We
was
had
like the
Jesse,
Avon, right?
Jesse Eisman. There was some, it was like the Avon for
Mary
like kids to
Kay
go to
of like
college.
knives. Yeah.
And my mom would buy the shit out of them. My mom was like, come on in, Jesse. It was always like a kid from her little league team. Like, come on in. We're buying all your knives. She'd stop at like the top tier. Like, I can't. But they were great knives. They were great knives. And we put Jesse through college. Jesse Richmond. Like that guy.
Yeah, Cutco knives. What a deep cut. I remember those.
Did you guys ever get entrepreneurial as teens and like sell things?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I made maxi pads, my homemade maxi pads.
Oh my God. Give one to Esther.
But not
Don't act
quite.
like it. What?
I wasn't a teenager. I was probably 9, and I was obsessed with getting my period. I mean, I was obsessed with never getting my period.
No. I had a friend who was obsessed with periods in 3rd grade. She like would make the teacher talk to us about puberty all the time. She was like obsessed with it. You were the puberty obsessed?
I was afraid of puberty.
That was in college. You're like, Professor, tell me more about periods.
Because I was afraid of puberty because it was like drilled into my head that the moment I started my period, my swimming career was over.
Oh my God, that trail of blood because you only had pads.
Yeah.
That trail of blood down the fucking sharks coming right up.
Another thing I did in elementary school was I would, people would pay me to go buy their lunch for them or be like, hey, and I was just like a runner, I guess.
You were like a Carlos?
I was a Carlos, yeah. I was the first Postmates, original Postmates.
I know, I was going to upset.
I have to
He's about to
say,
get mad.
I was totally that girl that when my best friend got her first period, I was so like couldn't wait to get mine. Like I felt so much FOMO.
Do you think it's because you were like at the level of her period? You're
So
at the height?
opposite. Wait, did she seem happier when she got it? It seemed just dreadful to me.
But it
as
was
a kid.
like, oh my God, my best friend has it. Like I want to be like her. I'm left out. I'm left behind. Like I can't wait.
How much sooner did she get hers than you?
Not that much, maybe only like 6 months to a year. I was next in the friend group, so I got lucky.
I got my period just decades before everyone else. I mean, I was just so much bigger than everyone. I was taller than everyone. I was always like a giant compared to
What
everyone
grade
else.
were you in?
I was 11.
That is young.
I was in like
girls are
5th
getting them
grade.
8, 9 now.
And I only had brothers, and my mom like was trying to be a boy. So I got him in my Umbros. I was in Umbros. I was in music class.
I got mine actually on the first date I ever went on in 6th grade with this boy who I was so upset. So I was really excited for this date, and my sister crimped my hair for me. And when I got to school, he was like, I don't think you should do that to your hair again.
And you're like, did you think I did it? I have a servant.
And then we went on our date, and when I got home, and thank God I didn't discover the period till afterwards. But I got home and I was like, "There's blood." And I was like, she just walked in, opened a drawer, and just like, here. It's just.
And that's where you became pad girl.
Yes, that was the moment.
My mom was like tampons all the way. She's like, you're not quitting swimming. That's when I get a break after school. So you're going to swim team.
I had to swim through all of my periods.
But tampons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
so
age
unhealthy.
did you get it?
Closer to 14.
What do you mean it's unhealthy? It's bad to have the chlorine in there? Sopping
I
up?
can't imagine like it being healthy to put a tampon while you're in the water.
Why?
I don't know. It just, now when I go swimming and I'm on my period, I don't wear a tampon. I just take it out because I just free bleed into the water.
Do you remember Insteads?
What's steads?
Look up Insteads.
Insteads? What is that?
As I used to wear them as bracelets as a joke. They were like the first, like, it was before they had like Diva cups and stuff. It was so you could fuck on your period.
Oh.
And they were like
I
pink,
remember.
like, they're like pink, like rubber things. And then it's like a plastic thing. And they're kind of so big.
The first time a boy ever fingered me, and this is one of my smaller traumas. It's not a
Is it
blip.
a
on
teacher?
that. No, it was a boyfriend. The first time a boy fingered me. Why it's messed up is because I was only 12, he was 19.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the creepiest things in hindsight, or maybe I thought it then too, was when he was like, because I was like, he would always ask me, do you have your period yet?
Ew.
Are you a woman yet? And I'm like, I don't have it yet. And then the day that I got my period, he was the first person I called to be like, I finally got my period. And he congratulated me and gave me like a gift basket.
Oh my God, that's really nice.
Khalyla, this is
you.
This is like the nicest thing
weird.
that's ever happened to you. Like, this is the nicest anyone treated you as a child.
What?
Isn't that
Also,
weird?
when I said, is it an adult? And you said no. And then you're like, he was 19 and still an adult.
A 19-year-old fingered you
I
when you
blew
were
him.
12?
He was the first person I blew. Yeah.
How old were you?
12.
It's
A 19-year-old
before I
fingered
got
you when you were 12? How old were you?
the
That's what you
most
just said.
fucked up thing is like I'm like jealous. Like I wanted to be like cool like that when I was.
Well, the thing is, you can be 12 still. You're the only one in this room that could be 12 if you really wanted to.
Esther,
If you tried hard enough.
I had a mouthful of braces. My hair is really. This is when you know that
She's getting more jealous. She's like, I didn't
No,
get to have a
it's-
mouthful
no.
of braces.
In
I was a
all
meat
seriousness,
grinder.
It's fucked up.
It is, but then I did get a whole basket of really ripe mangoes that day, and I was like, he was like, "You're a woman now." I was like, "Thank you." Yeah, it was really weird to be like to engage in anything sexual before your period. It
No,
was
my
weird.
friend in middle school
Really?
would bang. She didn't have her period
Bang?
yet. Yeah, she would bang in her and her
Do you have to use
boyfriend.
that word when talking about a middle schooler?
Yes, that's what we called it in middle
Yeah.
school. Ding dong.
I think that's the
Did you
only
have
word.
middle school? I feel like you skipped middle school and then you.
Wait,
Junior high.
what did you call it? Banging is the most middle school word.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Making love with middle schooler.
I remember being so disgusted when someone said making love.
No, that is gross. That's
No.
so
I love it now.
No.
I love
worse
it now. It is not worse now. I grew into it. I now at this age, I'm like, no wonder
There's a
gross
difference.
adults
Sometimes
have
you
been
are
saying
like-
it forever. It makes me hot and horny.
Well, sometimes you are. That's like making baby type of banging where you're just like shot to outer space. That's like cry fucking.
You know what? I cried. I mean, it turns out I still cry after sex, and I'm really ashamed.
I cry during sometimes.
No, you don't.
I do. It's
Wait,
like,
Annie, is it a deep
I like
sob?
hippie. I get really.
Me too. I shake, cry. It's a whole
I'm
thing,
like,
and I'm
really-
apologizing as I'm crying, and I'm like, look, it's just, this just
I
happened.
do not apologize to Todd. I
Wait,
go,
can
you're
you
welcome,
guys
Todd.
explain that?
Todd, I've made your life very beautiful. You're welcome.
Wait,
There's a couple theories around it.
Okay.
Some people say it's some type of like repressed, some sexual something. Other people think it has nothing to do. It's just something your body does when you feel like some type of release. But there's multiple theories around it. Can you look it up, Carlos?
What are you
Crying
guys
after sex?
feeling?
I think I feel like so connected. It's not like with everyone. It's like, I think it's just like, with Todd, it's like, I just feel like it's such a kind of a relief to have like a loving, just like my guy,
Are they going slow?
No, for me, it's after coming. So immediately after coming, I am bawling my eyes out. I know, it's weird.
But I'll like be embarrassed if I'm crying. I'm like,
during
Todd
is really
doesn't care.
sweet and almost
no, I feel like I'm such a hippie. I get like so connected. I think that's why it was really when I was being a little more promiscuous. I had like famously with you guys know about when I dated this guy a little bit on and off and I felt a little bit played by him. I was so like hurt that I was like, we could have just been friends. It's like, I'm like a vulnerable person when I fuck. So it's like, it's frustrating when I'm like, you knew you were playing me. And you put like, we just could have not done that.
right,
So frustrating.
Well,
It's like,
side note, it's human nature for women to be vulnerable when they have sex. Like that is, you become chemically attached to the person. Like that's your brain chemistry. It's not even you.
I wanted to ask you guys, we talked about this on Tiger Belly briefly with Nikki, but we didn't talk about it in depth. When you first date a guy, do you gatekeep your friends from him or do you bring him in almost immediately to meet your friends? And why or why not?
I've never gatekept anyone. I wouldn't even
anything.
occur. It would not even occur to me. I roll through life. I barrel through life.
So when you met
No
Todd,
plans,
you were like,
no rules.
actually, you're right. Because when you were in the beginning stages of Todd, you were bringing him around everyone,
Yeah.
right?
I think with the internet, I will just because I don't want people to like
Of course.
attack them or whatever.
Yeah,
or not
that's
even
different.
attack them. I just don't know if I want to bring them into my story.
I feel like I should have gatekept my friends from Dave. Like,
I would pummel you if you stood in front of a gate. I would knock you. I would fucking.
like, because my life was such a mess that like Dave and I still laugh about like, why didn't you break up with me? Like I was sharing a studio apartment with like, a woman who is like a little silly.
She's a silly
She's
Willy.
just got a funny personality. I
Is
love
she in the
her.
movie?
We're still friends. I
She's
love
in the
her.
movie?
No, I love her. But like, I do feel like that. Yeah. Now I lost my train of
Can
thought.
I get a credit at the end that just says Annie Letterman wasn't in this movie?
Yes.
Thank you.
I actually really like both.
Not
of your,
pictured, Annie Letterman.
I like both of your approaches because what I find really, really high pressure is when I haven't met someone's friends and now we've been dating 6 months and now there's a formal meeting. That to me is like, oh God, like now I have to impress.
When
the
it's
whole group.
our friends, yeah, like come. That's what pissed me off with that one guy because he was like holding my hand in public and stuff. And I don't want like if people figure out who this is not me like coming after anyone. I have no interest in having any more weird dramas with fucking anyone. I swear to God, everyone is like fine and doing great, and I'm happy for everyone. But the thing that pissed me off with this guy was we went on some dates. It was like very flirty. We went on some dates. He was trying to hold my hand in front of people we knew. It was like very weird. Then we did hook up, and then he was like, I want you to meet my friends. And so he like set up like a bowling with all of his friends. And then I'm like, all right. So then right before we go to meet his friends, he calls me and he goes, hey, I just want to let you know I'm seeing other people. So like,
Oh,
don't get, and I'm like,
shit.
you are
That is
pushing this
fucked up.
forward. So then the whole time I'm like, I'm so already like just naturally prone to being anxiously attached.
Yeah.
So I was just like yes, bitch. Like, that's what our name should have been, anxiously attached. AA. My name is Annie and I'm anxiously attached. But it was just like, it was the mixed messages were driving me fucking crazy. And the truth is this person is mixed up in their head, right? Like their head is all fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's not my problem. It's not about me, but it was hard to not take it personally because it was like, what the hell? And it just would be like,
because your emotions got fucked with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You not
But I love bringing new people to meet my friends almost immediately because they're able to maybe pick up on things that I'm not picking up on. But also, I really trust my friends to not be judgy cunts. They're just like, yeah, this is a guy she's dating. They're not putting any extra
or like
on
flirt with him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine a friend flirted.
No,
with
my
them.
friends would never.
That's like
do
my high
that.
school
My
friends would be like
would
fucking
never.
them in the bathroom. I'm like, wait, what? This is my boyfriend.
That's crazy. That's fucking
I had
sad.
the cuckoos in high school.
Yeah. No, but like bringing them around enough, like to be able to like observe how they move and without, like, it's really such low pressure because you're nothing to each other yet.
Yeah.
So they almost kind of like grow into the family if it becomes serious, and there's an ease around that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right?
just never like I'll mix all my friends. I never really have like a problem mixing worlds or like keeping. I remember my friend in high school, she was always like worried about this was a good friend. She wasn't a crazy one, but she was always like cautious of mixing worlds.
This is I feel like my most animalistic instinct, and I wonder if it is right or if I should let go of it, but it's based on an interaction obviously that I had early on when I was like 21, where a girl I've talked about this before, like a girl touching my boyfriend in front of me. I'm like, I know what you're doing, you fucking bitch.
I know who it is. Is it someone we know?
Yeah.
Not like it at all.
Well, it's so annoying.
It's because there are these types of
That
girls
same bitch did that to
chronically-
me.
It's habitual line steppers. They know they're trying to. You know what's behind those eyes.
but also it's like-
stand up.
Yeah.
Like, so if I am her and you're my boyfriend, it's just like,
Or this, they'll crack an inside joke that you're not a part
But
of.
don't you love that we're all talking about the exact same girl? And by the way, this bitch, I remember when I was dating my
aren't
ex.
we?
When I was dating my ex, and here's the thing, my ex, he like, I'm telling you, he was like such like a love addict, and he was like texting like 50 girls, I love you. And I wasn't jealous for some reason. Like I never was jealous of him. Like I kind of always knew like whatever was gonna happen with us. But I never got jealous, even though he was such like he just like, I don't know why, but so this girl, we were at the Comedy Store, and this girl was like just trying to talk about sex with him, like leaning into him, all this stuff, and we were like laughing in her face, like we're like looking at each other, like what the fuck? And he's like, the thing is, this girl's so unhot, like she thinks like physically she's a pretty girl, but like she's so unactually hot.
like as a person.
Like she thinks she's like trying to be this hot thing, and she was talking about like lesbian experiences in front of him and stuff, and he was just like, I mean, we were just like, ugh.
That's actual pick me. Like I know we joke about what a pick me is, but
Yeah.
that's it. When
But
you're
it's
like,
also
flirting
at
with-
us, but it was at us. It was like not for them. It was like at
Yeah.
us.
I know exactly what you mean. Or they will talk about things that make it seem like they've known each other longer than you have
That's
known
it.
your partner. And
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up. Like his dick was just in my mouth.
It's like you're like
you
this
never-
person, it's like is no competition. Like all competition, but no competition. You know what I mean? Like since I met this person,
Yeah.
constantly trying to compete with me, and I'm like, I don't share the same feelings as you.
Right.
I don't see you as competition. I think I do a very different thing than you. And if you want to try to battle me, you will continue to lose. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's like pissing.
Even if you think you're winning, it's like, I wasn't going, anything you get, I wasn't going for.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I dare you to fuck my ex-boyfriends. I don't want to fuck them. Go for it.
But girls, like, we love you, but don't be that. Do not be
Yeah.
that.
It's just weird. It's
But
like
I have
But it is
another.
weird because if I saw either of you guys touching and rubbing up on Dave, I wouldn't care.
Esther, you've asked
rubbing
me.
up on Dave is
Rubbing
so
up
funny. Imagine I'm just like, hi, Dave.
I
Like,
remember-
imagine that world.
I remember you being so high at Bobby's 50th birthday party, and Dave was across from us, right? So it was you, me, I think Annie here next to me, and then Dave was across.
Gina Gershon randomly.
Sean was randomly there, and you were
Awesome.
high out of your mind, and you were like, Khalyla, like really loud. You're like, Khalyla, will you please fuck Dave?
You were great. That was a real fun hang.
That was so
I was like,
fun.
That was
And then
great.
poor Dave was like, Esther.
He got mad at me.
He was so mad at you. And then Jenna was like, I'll fuck Dave. She's like, no, not you.
Enough. Jenna, we know. But she was like doing that as your friend.
Yeah,
Like,
she was like, no, I'll
I'll
do
do it for you.
And Esther just had no interest. You were like, no, not you, Khalyla.
Oh
That's
my
such
God.
a weird, creepy projection of me wanting to have sex with you. It's like I'll somehow get it if you have sex with him. Very strange world.
That was such a fun hang. That
Do
was
you
a
know
fun
what I
night.
do like though? I do like about you guys, every time I've met like girls you're friends with, it's very easy and like you have like good taste in girls.
My
Like
girl
Jenna
gang?
and I feel like Jenna and I didn't like, it took us like a 1 or 2 hangs, but it's like, I feel totally comfortable with Jenna.
But you and Jenna are both people that just dive right in.
Yeah.
Like you're
Correct.
perfectly.
So we almost like missed because it was like maybe too divey. We like hit heads and like sunk and now we're both in like comas in the hospital.
Jenna fits in every room.
Yeah.
So I never have to worry about like anytime I need a companion and I worry about where I'm going.
Yeah.
I bring her because it's like she just fits in everywhere.
Yes.
She's so great and she's just so charismatic and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sosie, I feel the same about. It's like Sosie's
yeah.
easy as fuck.
Easy. I gotta say, like, I feel really lucky about my girl gang. Give me that banana. I'm so hungry.
Did you paint it yellow? This is supposed to be fucking
Green.
orange. Green, I mean.
But I guess green bananas are good for digestion. So
Yeah, they're from Air One. You're good.
Oh, he's not. Also, why?
I
do you
want
smell
these to
like,
come out of your what?
You smell like hairspray.
No.
It's your hair, dum dum. You got your hair
No.
done.
Is it probably?
there's gonna
Your
be
braid just like wafted in front of you.
I watched this thing that kept me up for 2 straight days once, and it was a documentary about how we might soon not have bananas. And I went into a full-scale panic because these types of bananas are called Cavendish bananas, and they're the most marketable ones because they look
Like
pretty. The skin doesn't brown very quickly. But there's actually a whole, like in the Philippines, I grew up with like 6 different types of bananas, right? But they're wiping all of those varieties.
Brother banana, the teacher banana.
Wait, I want to try these.
They're delicious. But because these are the most like marketable or look prettiest on the shelves, they keep pushing for these. But there is this parasite that wipes entire farms out. And because now we lack in variety, of bananas.
What she doesn't eat on the podcast, she makes up for. Just going to.
And yeah, you guys, like we got to watch out for our banana supply because if these run out, I'm
about to
definitely
cry.
leaving this earth.
I'm about to cry because of what that's triggering. I'm literally welling up. Did you hear about what got canceled for this season? Crab legs.
Wait, what do you mean?
They're canceling crab legs. Carlos, what's your name? Pull it up.
Curtis,
Curtis is actually a way cooler name
I've
than
known you
Carlos.
for a decade.
It's a way cooler. I was just thinking of a cooler person, but go ahead.
Wait, what do you mean?
No one named Curtis Hanson, but he's dead. There's no
Who's Curtis Hanson?
Curtis
famous
Stone.
director made LA Confidential. He's an Oscar winner.
Stone.
Oh my god.
I have to.
You can keep.
No, I want the world to see what Carlos is really like.
They know.
I want people to see roll the tapes of what we edited out of the Carlos episode. That should be a Patreon. There's no new content. You have to pay for a year just to see this one.
We have content that has been shelved. There's a third Hawaii episode.
I gave away I did like a clothing giveaway and I was like, this could have been seen on an episode that never aired. Like throw it out to the audience.
We do have only one episode that never aired. We should be thinking about how we'll cash in on that.
I think we should do what Bobby and Santino did, which is, sorry, I have banana bullet in my cheeks.
Is
Let's
this what
keep
it sounds
that
like
way.
when you're talking to someone while blowing them?
Yeah, hold on.
This is so nasty to say.
So like, we should do what Bobby and Santino did, which is record a podcast. Just talking shit about everybody, but they kept it in a vault.
Esther's like more attracted to you. It's so weird.
Why is this fun? Why is it fun?
No, Annie's right. There is a sea crab shortage.
We don't take care of our oceans.
Global warming.
And something else happened, guys.
It's crazy.
Well,
Something
also,
really sad happened.
Well, I'll tell you about
What?
your free.
Hot and Juicy went out of business. I'm gonna kill myself.
What did?
Hot and Juicy in Hollywood is gone. It's gone.
We've never been there.
I've
been there.
And she bought me that was my present that I loved. I screamed about. She got me my.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
It's only in Orange
Condolences.
County. I'm not driving to Orange County. Maybe
Honestly, I'm really sad for you.
As someone who's gone through this, where your favorite food goes out of business or like moving away
cream
from
savers.
it's hard. Yeah, it is hard. Things get discontinued. Like also moving from Skokie to LA, we don't have Potbellies here. We don't have Famous Dave's where they make a really good salad with barbecue sauce as the dressing. Like there's a lot of things that I still think about that I miss.
You know what's gonna get canceled soon? Fucking Oxygen We Breathe. Not to get real grim on everybody.
Oh my God. Can we put sad music and not have Al Gore pop his head in?
I have friends who send me the most depressing podcasts, like at 3 a.m. They're
Got
like,
Leonardo
Khalyla, you have
DiCaprio
to.
over here.
Dude, Gene Hong sent me the most depressing one, and it's about at 3 a.m. And so he sent me this thing about how with the shift of everyone wanting or moving towards like electric vehicles, those batteries are very difficult to make because they require a lot of
Don't talk shit on my Tesla, Gene. Shut the fuck up.
So
Shut the fuck up.
So
They took my crab legs. You keep my Tesla out of your fucking.
but I think
I'm gonna smack you like Will Smith.
this ties into your crab legs crisis.
What if the answer is we have to just feed crab legs into our gas tanks?
Maybe. But this feeds into your crab legs crisis because
They do give you
apparently
gas.
in order to, they have to still mine for these metals like manganese and whatnot to create the batteries for electric cars. But we're running out on land. And they've now discovered that there are these things in the seabed called nodules. And they're basically little like battery packs, but they have to be mined underwater. So now people are like, oh, we're just going to mine the seabed, the ocean, which produces like up to 80% of the oxygen we breathe. And so I'm like, it's fucking over.
Do you know what's so funny? The idea of someone sending me an article and me actually reading it and like absorbing the information and repeating it to anyone.
Now that-
Like if you send me an article, good fucking luck. Send it to Khalyla. Maybe she'll explain it to
You
me.
did good with the Nick Kroll one though.
I actually bought a subscription to New York Times to read it, and then I was so annoyed by it. Do you want to know why it annoys me? Like, they had sentimental moments. Like, that's not, I'm like, you are a journalist. You don't decide what someone does. It's their hour to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And you can't be the same publication that was saying that Nanette was like the new wave of comedy. And the whole point of Nanette that everyone was fighting about was that she was being so fucking serious in it. So what is it?
I swear, most critics, it's like they're angry at the person and
It's
they're
their
bullying.
journal. We're literally reading people's fucking like Dear Diary. Dear Diary, Nick Kroll's dad's rich.
These Nepo babies.
All these white men. It's like, shut up, white guy writing the fucking article. You fucking absolute loser. I don't know what your fucking name is, but fuck you. And honestly, it's like, I feel like I should look at this as like a win because it's like he's pandering to women too. Because he's like, these women did it so perfectly, blah, 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 blah. It's like, he's like, Jenna Freeman did it pregnant. It's like, you could make an argument that all the women it's hacky to do a special pregnant. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I don't think you should because it's whatever the fuck you want in your special. It's whatever you want. And it's like, you're just some guy. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like to be like, you can't talk about your kids. It's like such a weird thing.
It's what is so weird about it. And I understand that like having, critics in general is like a necessary good part of things, like, because people will.
You're allowed to critique it. I'm allowed to tell you, fuck you.
Totally.
Carlos?
No.
Mine has the spots again.
No, it doesn't. I got him yesterday.
Why are you yelling and like taking away
Oh my
her
God, I've
truth?
eaten half of it.
Oh.
So
Are they
scared.
supposed to look like that?
They do have the spots.
But maybe it's just the oil, like.
Maybe it's.
Okay, I'll try it. It
I
smells
think
good.
next time you should get us the jar
Okay.
of olives and not
Yeah, not
these
this
like.
bag
Well,
stuff.
whatever. I'll
They
eat.
just look fancy, and they were purchased 24 hours ago.
Let me see yours.
All right, if Khalyla dies tomorrow, we'll know.
Oh, they taste fine.
Are you
Fuck
gonna
it.
fuck her scorps?
You know what?
Her scorps.
Corpse?
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
Don't act like that's not something that would be attractive to you.
Yeah, well, no.
You look like you'd be just like the madman. I could just
time
see
I
that
was
hair
having
just
sex with a girl.
on top of her corpse. Just
Wait, were you about to say one time you were having sex with a girl while she died?
and she was dead.
No, she passed out during, and I had to make a
Rape.
real judgment call. Like one that would change my life forever.
You know what?
What did you do?
I had
Like
the
I
exact
threw the
same
body in the
thing happen.
river.
I
Oh my God.
Her Russian pimp was downstairs, and I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it
You
was an
killed a
escort?
prostitute?
Carlos.
And
Carlos, have you ever fucked someone you didn't pay?
No, but because
Okay, no. Okay.
but because she passed out, I smoked a cigarette like out like in the room.
You blew it. Did you give her CPR by blowing the smoke in her mouth?
No, but I was like alarmed. I was like, is she dead?
Well, this happened to me.
What the fuck? Wait, what?
I was in a relationship with a boy.
Esther, have you ever paid a guy to fuck you?
I would.
I would
know
too.
you
I would too. Oh my God. All day long, except I don't like
Really?
I can think of some guys I'd make offers to.
Who?
What?
Wait, hang on.
Name names.
No, it's a joke.
It's
a joke.
not.
Okay, so one time I went on this first date and it was with this guy in Chicago and like it was really great. Like he was so cute. Like I liked him. We like went on a walk. It was really nice. And then of course actually as I'm
You
telling
queefed. You queefed.
No, I'm
and-
like, this is really a weird story because I, for some reason, insisted on sleeping over on the first date.
And he said no.
I slept over.
But what was his, how do you insist?
I think I was just like,
That implies there was an immediate no and you persisted.
I don't remember specifically, but in my head, I'm thinking like we were just hanging out and I was like, oh, I'll just sleep here. And he did not make a move on me. But in the middle of the night, we both woke up and
Horny.
made out.
Yeah.
We just made out though.
Yes.
But that makeout was very hot. And then I remember I specifically left my socks there to be like, oh, like this.
What, to get him in trouble for pedophilia? Are you serious?
They were very small socks.
They're the tiniest socks
Do you have
that ever
stinky
did
feet?
live.
No,
Oh yeah.
but they were very small.
I actually believe that I don't think that I feel like you don't have a stinky pussy.
Thank you. It's
I feel
really
like you
my
don't
mouth.
have a stinky feet. I think your asshole and your mouth probably have similar things happening.
It's really just my mouth is the big problem. So for smell. So I left my socks there because I was like, I had so much fun on this first date. We had such a hot makeout. Like just to guarantee, like he has to hit me up. Nothing.
Imagine thinking a guy
still-
thought like you needed your socks back though. It's like you should leave a ring or something.
I'm like, I should.
yeah.
Socks?
What the fuck, socks?
I should call.
And they're baby socks. They're like fucking $5.
He probably didn't even think they were yours. He's probably like, this is like for dogs or something, for a puppy.
like
They're
little
tiny,
puppies in
probably.
the rain.
Wait, but listen to this. I got complete.
Like where are the other two?
I got complete radio silence, right? And then 4 years later, I'm standing outside the Comedy Store doing whatever. I get a text from him. And it's like, I saw your post about the Holocaust Museum. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh God.
I was like, what? I just never responded because I was so mad.
I don't want to like stay on a theme of a joke I've already made, but maybe when he saw your socks, he thought of like a Holocaust baby's like
Little baby shoes.
little baby shoes and socks. Like maybe he actually donated them.
I have his number. One day we should call him and be like, do you still have my socks?
I gotta think of whose numbers I have.
It was over 13 years ago.
Last time I
deleting
called one of my
numbers.
friends, it was like such a nightmare.
I feel
I was like,
embarrassed by that story.
No.
What's embarrassing about it?
You know
You're
what-
so embarrassing.
can I
to
tell
begin
you a
with.
story that
You-
makes sense?
Sleepover on a first date. and
That's
left
so
him-
Esther. And then
Esther,
you force sleepovers on us every day.
Okay.
There was a baseball player I was hardcore crushing on in college.
It's already a better story than yours.
And then
Yours was a Holocaust
this
fan.
is really sad.
Yours was a big fan of the Holocaust Museum. This one, he was like a tour guide at the Holocaust Museum. Oh my God.
And anyways, he came back to my place, but I knew that he wasn't necessarily attracted to me. I wasn't his type. I think he liked the all-American like
Guy.
blonde girl.
Oh, blonde girl.
Guy maybe.
Yeah.
And I was not that. I was but he came back nonetheless, and we made out all night. We didn't sleep together, but in the morning he kept calling me Malaysia. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that I was Khalyla. And so
Malaysia.
he left.
So
There is a boy out there, a hot ex-baseball player who was saying this one time I hooked up with a girl in Malaysia, and that was me. But I didn't say like, hey, my name's Khalyla. I was so embarrassed that we had just had this great night together, and he didn't even know my name.
Do you think he was calling you that like after the missing plane?
This was pre-crash.
he's like the feelings. He's like, yeah, he's like the
Pre-crash.
feelings aren't here. A lot like the Malaysian plane.
I won't be able to find you tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, so that really made me sad. Like even if he was searching for me today, he couldn't find me.
No, he can find you.
How?
You're famous.
No, but
You're famous in a world.
Yeah, but if he's not in the comedy world, like, but it would be funny if he one day, like, someone is watching Tiger Belly or Trash Tuesday and he's like, Malaysia.
I assume everyone I know is not watching the stuff I do. It's like crazy.
Same.
The stuff I'm just throwing out. I have no, I'm like, oh shit, are you watching this? My bad.
Well, you kind of can't really authentically do this job if you have in the back of your mind that people you know are watching.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard enough that my parents watch, and I have to know that. I try to forget that a lot. Lately, I've been good at it, talking about sex. But you got to just pretend no one can see this.
You know, that's a really interesting thing that we do that might, like, I wonder how this plays out in 20 years. Like, when we look back, I'm like, those people were really good at pretending they were just in a room with each other. And yet they had a whole audience, like, kind of, you know, having thoughts about what we're saying. But we're so blocked off.
Well, I have to look at the camera to remember. I have to be like, guys, like there's another person here that's thousands of people. Do you know what I mean? Like I have to like look at the camera and be like, or it's done. Now, I had a guy that I was hooking up with, okay, who coincidentally was the one that gave me crabs. So he was actually the STD boy.
Is he our hero?
Is
he still doling out crabs?
Let me see if I have his number. I had it like since I moved to LA because I remember I texted him to like not like in a sexual way, and it pissed me off because he went, "Sorry, my buying dinner in exchange for sex is done." I was like, "That's you, dude. I stayed friends with you after you gave me crabs."
Dinner in exchange.
I was like,
sex.
"What? I fucked you when I was 21, and I've stayed friends with you for like 8 years. What the hell are you talking about?"
You know, this is why I actually really like Snoop Dogg, because he normalized crabs for me in high school, and he took away all the fear I had about it. He was on Big Boy on Power 106, and he was asked a question about STD, and you can either pass or you can answer truthfully. But if you pass, there was like a consequence. And he talked about having crabs, and he called them little soldiers, and they all laughed about it. And I was like, oh, maybe it's not so bad. And I stopped fearing crabs.
Did you ever have them?
I never got crabs,
so
but I mean, I would be open.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
That's why I'm asking if her friend's still doling them out, because
Are they even still? I never hear about them. Do they die off? Or are they still out there?
are crabs still a thing?
He's an AD on Hunger Games. He's doing all right. Okay.
I have my hot pink spoons on.
That's pretty good.
Let's pop that out.
It's still around.
Oh, okay.
Wait, look at this guy.
We have
This
to
is the
keep
guy that
crabs
gave me
alive.
crabs.
Crabs are going extinct.
No, I always think that, like, to do like a picket, like outside of the Rite Aid, like no more rid, because it's head lice. You know.
I think that that
This
should
is
be
the
our
guy.
mission on the show. Oh, he's cute. Oh, he's Crab Guy?
Yeah, he's such.
Oh, Crab Guy does not look like Crab Guy.
Yeah, he's hot.
No, that's why he was like, you cannot be telling people. Let me show him here. His glasses.
Cannot be telling people.
I'm like, but you did.
He's a pharmacist?
No. He's like a assistant director on big movies. He's like doing great.
And you're showing everyone his photo.
What did we
Not
learn
on
today?
here.
We learned that there are 2 crab crises that we're currently.
Oh,
the
we're trying to bring them all back.
Right. So we're losing crabs, guys, both sexually transmitted crabs and crabs from the ocean. And this is a really big, big deal.
And this is our platform that we're running for Miss America on. We're going to save the crabs.
Save the crabs.
You guys, this is so sad. I looked up his Twitter and he only
Save
has
Hot and Juicy.
36 followers.
I thought you were going to say he's dead.
No, oh my God, you know me. It could be. Anyone that's been inside me is at risk.
You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. This was a chaotic, overly sexual.
I know. What the hell?
No, are you kidding? It was a nice, friendly, wholesome, crabby episode.
You guys, thank you so much. As always, subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment.
Love us. We love you. We're nothing without you.
We're nothing without you. We're something without you. That's crazy.
I'm nothing without you.
Esther's nothing.
Bye, guys.